Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So in today's video we'll be just taking a casual look at this old portable DVD player I have. Doesn't really do much anymore. I don't think I even have a DVD to test it with, but it's just another random piece of electronic junk I have that, well, I don't feel like throwing away for whatever reason. So yeah. Now, this particular thing was purchased years ago, basically, when my brother was younger and he was kind of addicted to cartoons, so yeah. And that was, of course, back when he kind of used up YouTube's entire selection, so we had to buy DVDs. It's a region code 2 player because, well, it was purchased in Serbia, well, where I'm currently located, for the remainder of the summer. And yeah, now probably seeing that there's the infrared sensor and the various indicator lights. The red one is for charging, this green one on the right is for power. But the little plastic thingy, when I was taking this thing apart to see what was inside that, I just removed it because it was half falling apart anyway. As for power, does take 9 volts, 1 amp in, and consumes 8.5 watts. Well, if you look closely here, it can take pretty much any setup positive 9 to 12 volt source. And it actually has like a car cable, which I think I still have, although I think it's pinched on one side because I closed the door on it, but yeah. So, well, the original power adapter is long gone, and that's part of the reason why this thing was put out of service, aside from the fact that my brother, how to start school, hence the cartoon addiction was no longer viable. And yeah. So as for the power adapter situation, well, I did talk about this on my Twitter page, which I'm not going to bring up here for privacy reasons, and that's this thing. Yeah, so I had an old Tenergy TN190, I believe it was, battery charger. That thing has had a number of problems in the past and cooks batteries like crazy. Like, I don't know why they get so hot in that thing. So I disassembled it. I, of course, have an Opus charger over there that's far better for charging AA and AAA batteries than the TN190. But I saved the TN190's power adapter, which coincidentally uh, happens to be. Yeah, excuse the focusing thing. I don't know why it's not. Yeah. I had the autofocus accidentally turned off on this phone that I'm recording with. So it's coincidentally 12 volts, 1 amp, which is more than this thing will ever need at 12 volts. Like, this is actually 8.5 watts. That's less than 1 amp at 9 volts, and even more less than 1 amp at 12 volts. So, I guess they rounded it up pretty weirdly on there, but who cares? And I spliced the cable from the broken power adapter for this thing, which, it broke itself off from the main brick because the strain relief was crappy and it was some crappy Chinese adapter. And I spliced it on here. I did, of course, properly solder everything. I just didn't have heat shrink tubing. I might redo this job at some point, although if I'm gonna go that for to redo, I might as well buy another adapter, which is not worth it for this thing. Other things of note, the focus of this phone, it's a Galaxy S9, but phone focus is not the best thing in the world when trying to do close-up videos like this. It's got an SD card reader, which I don't know why that part is not working. Might be because it can't read SDXC cards, and, well, sadly, most of the cards I have on hand right now, at least the ones that won't be read by a computer, are all SDXC except for one, which is so messed up because it's like, 11, wait, Yeah, 11 years old. It's, for some reason, with a modern card reader, I can't write to it. I might have to try the built-in one on my laptop, but that's a rabbit hole for another time. So I don't know whether that died or it's just a card compatibility issue. This USB, I tried some flash drives recently, no luck. It used to work in the past, but you can actually power things from this USB port. Doesn't seem to have any sort of safety cutoff, but yeah, there's some weird stuff that I encounter with this, and I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. That might be for another time if I really feel like making a video and possibly risk frying the circuits in this just to make a video. But things, generally up to 1 amp will work fairly okay. It actually registers as DCP 1.5 amp, which I'll show later. At least that's how this port is coded. I don't know whether it's coded with resistors or there's some smart chip in there. I did see some resistors on board, but it's weird. The board in this thing is designed in a way that doesn't make it obvious how things work in there. Headphone jack, and of course, proprietary audio video 3.5mm jack. Down here used to be a Yoku branded lithium polymer battery, 2 cells in parallel, total 1300 milliamp hours. And yeah, so I just gotta hook this up to this little thing that I made a year and a half ago when I visited home from college in the US for the first time. And yeah, so since all these adapters and things that I have here run on anywhere from 100 to 240 volts because they're switch mode power supplies, that means I can just directly plug. Let me set this down. Okay. And as you can see, it's hooked up back there. Now, if I can just do this without zapping myself, yeah. I really wish I'd brought my camera stand thingy with the ring light, but as I mentioned in another video, and as I'll probably be mentioning every time I make a video, or almost every time I make a video until I'm back in college, well, yeah, I won't be having access to that thing until I'm back in college, so we're gonna plug that in. And we're gonna flick the power switch on. Your disc. Now, I don't want to go hunting for DVD now. I don't know what I'll do about this, but yeah, so let me demonstrate what you can power at least with the USB port on this sucker. So here we've got a fan. It uses a bit over 2 watts in my measurements, although it's rated for like 3.3. Okay. That works. I also have some LED lights that take around an amp. Those work fine, although this thing starts emitting a buzzing sound, gets quite toasty quite quickly. So, yeah, if you need a DVD player to freaking power your desk fan, check. I don't know why, I just play with this because it's kind of fun. I don't know. I'm a weird nerd. Yeah. Yeah, so that pretty much makes it. I mean, I'll actually grab a data DVD that's got no video on it just to at least show you that the disc thing works, or so I think it works. I did open this up after the last time I used the disc, so bear with me. Well, lucky what I found. Data DVD, which just so happens to be a pirated Toyota Prius navigation DVD that we actually got from a freaking Toyota dealership itself, but they have like converted to be for an American car. Back when we used to have an American model Prius. I'm not gonna go down the rabbit hole about what happened to that thing. That's a story for another time, and a not so nice story at that. But that'll use for demonstrating the data DVD functions, and I've got a music CD, which probably, I don't know if it's got a copyright on it. Well, never mind. I can't play this. On the outer headliner here, it's got a copyright, so I won't get a copyright strike, but I think last time I tested, it should be able to play music CDs. And I was really about to think I could test the music capabilities of this and show you how garbage the speakers are on there. And I could get DVDs, but then that will also give me a copyright strike, which, you know what? I think the whole copyright thing is a total load of stupidity. It's another opportunity to test these buttons because I did disconnect the cable when taking it apart and I connected it back. So that adapter's starting to get a little warm. Okay, yeah, so the disk drive works clearly. This works, it's just real slow. Good lord. Yeah, this thing is a lot of crap, but it's an interesting and fun to play with a lot of crap. Ooh, spinny. Alright. So that's about it for, what is this thing? The Audiosonic DV1820K piece of garbage. Yeah, see you all in another video.